Okay, once we have come to the last crystal that we fastened to the necklace, we come to the square. And we're not going to fasten this square to the necklace. We're not going to fasten, as a matter of fact, any of this embellishment that's going to be at the bottom. We're not going to embellish any of that. And here I see I made a mistake. I put one crystal too many. I didn't see that at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. I'm gonna have to take it off. So we're going to take all this off, and we're gonna have to do this all over again. And I'll come back when I do it all over again. I'm sorry. Okay, so here we are back. I redid this part. And we have 5 petal beads that we are going to use to embellish around our pendant together with the square beads. I'm not going to fasten the square bead to the necklace. I'm just going to leave it like that. And this is what it's going to do around the pendant. Okay? I have already fastened this last crystal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back inside. I'm going to push it back inside the necklace. I'm going to pull it just to secure it. If I have to, I could use my chain nose pliers to fasten it. And I'm going to bring it up. And I'm just going to leave this wire right there. And we're going to make a little tiny spiral with that one as well. So we're going to leave all this alone. We're not going to touch it. We're going to push as much as we can so that it stays as close as possible to the pendant right there. And then we're going to take our wire on the other end, and we're going to start embellishing on that side the same way we did on this side. So we're going to more or less measure where we want our pendant to be, where we want our embellishment to start, right here. Where we want our embellishment to start. And it's again between this rose quartz bead and this pearl. So that's where I'm going to insert my wire. I'm going to insert my wire there. There we go. And I'm going to bring it out in another part of the necklace, not in the same part, otherwise you're going to undo what you just did. Very close to it, but not at the same, not in the same place. There. We're going to go around that bead. We're going to go around the bead, fasten it, and go again into the wire in the necklace. We're going to bring it out again under. And now we're going to take up we're going to take up the wire between next to the petal bead. We're going to take it up, then we're going to take it into the wire in the necklace. and fasten it. We're going to bring it around, under, and it's going to be under the second, under the wire, next to the next crystal. And we're going to put it back into the necklace. And we're going to keep doing this with your whole strand, fastening, adjusting, moving, so that when you finish, it's going to look very similar to what we did on the other side. This is what we did on the other side. We did the 3 petal, we did the 3 here we did the 3 petal beads together with the crystals in between them, and we just left the necklace, I mean the square bead right here. We're going to leave the embellishment alone, and now we're embellishing the other side. Okay, and we already know how to do this. We already know how to do this. So we go next to the bead, we put it into the necklace, and we bring it out so that we can fasten it. We go under our next bead, we pull our wire so that we can fasten that bead to the necklace, and then we go inside the necklace again, inside the necklace wire, we pull it out, and we fasten that bead. Then we go under the next wire of the next bead that's on our strand, which is the crystal, and we go again into the necklace with the wire. And like I said, if it becomes a little bit difficult, just help yourself with the pliers. Don't pull too hard so that it doesn't go like under the necklace. It has to be like this. And I am going to show you a little trick later on to fill in all these little gaps that you have in your necklace. See, you have a gap right there. You can fill it out with something. So we go into the necklace again. We go next in the wire, we catch the wire for the next bead, and we only have one more bead to go, and we'll be finished on this side as well. Let me catch this one, and then I'm going to go right next to the crystal one that's right next to the square, and this is where I'm going to finish it off. I just go in the necklace, let's see, behind, I'm just gonna pull it, and this is where I'm going to leave it. Now I have already, like I said, when you're working with wire, it's very easy to place what you're going to do. It's very easy to place it because you can twist, you can maneuver with the wire. It's not the same thing as maneuvering with thread. So you have this wire right here, and you have this wire right here. And what we're going to do with those is that we're going to make them into spirals as well. But right now, you can see that our necklace is pretty much put together with the embellishment that we had already thought about for it. Let me move it to this side. See how it has come out. And later, right in a little while longer, okay, we're going to leave this right here. Now, in these gaps that we have here, we have gaps here. Let me show you. Okay, we have some gaps here. See them? We have gaps here. We have a gap here, another one here. We have another one here. We have one here. And then if we go to the other side, we have a gap here. We have a big gap right there. So what we're going to do to fill in those gaps is that we're going to use the same method we did for this spiral right here. We're going to take some wire. Let me just finish these spirals that we have right here. Let me just finish them off so that I can show you how to fill in those gaps. If you want. If you don't want to, it's fine. Or maybe you don't have any more beads. If you don't have any more beads, that's fine. You can always fill those gaps with like lamp work beads or some sort of bead that is the same color and that attracts some sort of attention towards it, or that it looks complementary. People will always think that it's part of the necklace. They will never question you about it. Everything that you add to your necklace, you can make an embellishment, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, all the same beads all the time. It doesn't really, nobody is going to look, even if they look that close to your necklace, if they make you take it off and look at it upside down and whatever, they're never going to question if that was originally part of your design or not. I mean, you can do with these necklaces whatever you want, and it will always look fine. Okay, so here I've already integrated those two wires that were where we stopped, and there's the necklace all put together. Now, what I'm going to show you right now is how to add beads to those gaps that you want to fill out, if you want to fill them out. If you don't want to, all you can do is just sort of squeeze your necklace together. Squeeze it together to fill in those gaps. Just make it a little bit, you know, you can pull here and there and just fill in those gaps. And that would make your necklace look, you know, like it has no gaps. And even if it does have those gaps, it doesn't you know, and it doesn't bother you. You can just leave it like that. But I am going to show you how to fill them. And you're going to cut a short piece of wire, maybe about I don't know, let me see. It depends on the size of the bead, which bead you're going to put in there. Let's just say about 8 inches. We'll take about 8 inches. Okay, so let's cut 8 inches of wire. And to fill, let's just say, I want to fill in this gap right here. Right here. So what do we have here? We have pearls, we have rose quartz, and we have this square bead. And we also have this shell bead right here, but that's about it. We don't have many shell beads in that area, so we're gonna fill it out with a shell bead if you still have shell beads. So what we're going to do is you can use 1 or 2, since the shell beads are small. You can use 1 or 2 of them. Here I'm going to use 2 of them. I'm going to thread them, I'm going to string them to my piece of wire. I'm going to fold the wire in half, and I'm going to make my little 1 double or 3 time twist. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing we did for that spiral in the middle. This is the gap we're filling. Okay, there's the gap. We're filling that gap out. So we're going to put 1 wire through here, and we're going to put the other wire through the opposite side so that they don't, so that they are not on the same part. And we're going to pull those beads in there so that they form part of the necklace. And we're going to take one of the wires and pull it out on one side, and then pull it back in, push it back in another part, and then we're going to go to another part and push it back out, and that's all we're going to do. There, we have this side fastened, and we have a piece of wire sticking up. Okay, now we're going to take the other side and we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to take it out, and we're going to pull it so that we can place those seed beads, those shell beads, and then we're going to take it in through another part of the necklace, pull it, and then we're going to take it out another part of the necklace and another part of the necklace, and we're going to pull it. And that's about it. We're going to place those beads right there, and you already filled the gap that you had, okay, with 2 beads. Of course, with these wires, what you're going to do is you're going to make a spiral out of each one. And they're going to be smaller spirals. They're not going to be that big. But it's going to take a lot of work, if you want to fill in several gaps, it's going to take some work. But at the end, you can fill as many gaps as you want to make your necklace look fuller, if that's what you want. Sometimes I just use my fingers to go faster. The spirals don't come out as, like even as they usually do, but they're just embellishments, so you can do whatever you want with them. You place it right there. There we have placed the spiral. And we're going to do the same for the other one. So we take the spiral, we take the chain nose pliers. Wait, here we have a little bit of wire there. I'm just doing this as quick as I can so you can see the whole piece finished. Like I said, when you make the spirals, you can just put them wherever you want. I just push this one to the other side, and I'm going to push it, just pull it wherever I want. So there you have, let me just focus on this. This is the area where you put your bead right here. These are the beads you put. These are the wires that were out, and I pushed one here and I put one right over here. Right there, as embellishments. And you can do the same for all the gaps that you have. And right now we have basically finished our necklace. I gotta turn a light on. Let me see, hold on. It's getting dark outside. Okay. We have basically finished our necklace. And this is what it looks like. It looks weird with the light. Let me turn it off. Okay, there we go. This is what it looks like finished. Now the one thing that we didn't do is put the clasp. Remember last time I showed you how to make the clasp. I made a special clasp for this one, which is this one. It's I made it with right angle weave. The base is right angle weave. They're 4mm round crystals, and I made 4mm round, yes, 4mm rounds. And then on the top, I just used size 8 seed beads and pearls in pink. I couldn't find the same color. I just found a darker color of pink, and that's what I used. So like I said, being right-handed, I'm going to use this side for the hook. And this side, I'm just going to pull the clasp. Last time I already measured, and I knew that the clasp had to be right up to where these beads were. So what I'm going to do, I just pull my wire through it, through the little loop I made here, so that I could adjust it to the necklace. And I'm just going to twist it over itself. Just wrap it around the wire itself a couple of times to fasten it. I'm going to have to cut the wire because I don't need any more. So I'm just going to cut the wire because I know that this is the necklace. This is the clasp that I want for it. So I'm just going to take the chain nose pliers And I'm gonna make sure that none of it is sticking out where it can hurt my neck when I put it. Okay? And so we're finished with our necklace. This gives me the opportunity for my next tutorial to make the toggle bar for this clasp. I'm gonna make it for this clasp. It's gonna be in color pink, and what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using oh no, that looks bad. Sorry about that. I'm going to be using 11 seed beads in pink, and these are the seed beads I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using 11 seed beads in pink, and I'm going to be using the same pearls that I bought for this clasp. I'm just going to be using 2, not meant, so for the ends, just to embellish the ends. So I'm going to be using 2 pearls, seed beads, fireline. You can use 8-pound, 10-pound test, and of course your size 12 needle. And right now I'm gonna leave this one like that because that's what I'm gonna use to fasten my toggle bar next time around. So I really hope you enjoyed this project. If you have any questions, please let me know. Write to me, email me, put a comment on my Facebook page. All the information is on the information. All the information is below. My email address, everything. I really hope you enjoyed this project. I really do. I really like the way it came out. It looks very pretty, and I love the color. I'm sorry the light is so bad outside. It's really I think it's gonna rain. So, and with the artificial lighting, I have to get special lighting next time. But I really hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope that you understood perfectly well how to embellish, your necklace. Next time around, if you have any ideas, if you have any comments, any suggestions, just write to me or place a comment on this channel, okay? And I will answer it. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.